Welcome, Gemini, to your special daily reading for May 8th of 2018. Now, this is dealing with your love life. So, the overall energy and theme for the day is kind of dark. For many of you, you might feel that you aren't getting any kind of clarity, communication when it comes to your romantic partner. Some of you might be injured. Sometimes this is getting injured because we are so tense. We are extremely angry and volatile to ourselves with the person that's around us, whether we're arguing, fighting with that particular person, or sometimes we might say you might break your phone, you might drop something from being so angry. Be careful with that kind of energy. It's a warning because those things can happen. The combustion of energy that builds up after we explode, after we do the negative self-talk, we carry it around with us, and then it can be like a flame that explodes. Keep that in mind. So the Ten of Swords is the energy of no communication, no clarity, negative self-talk again, and ultimately being shut down where you are facing an ending. But things can get better. If you could see the trajectory, or you can kind of see the energy of 1, 2, and 3, right? Overall, the energy coming towards you, okay, it's still stress, it's still an ending, it's a 10. You're still trying to let go of something. So mentally, you're torn up. Somebody's beating you up, you're beating yourself up. The 10 of Wands is carrying something that you don't need to any longer. You're holding on to it. You probably can't help it because it's really bothering you, whether it's a person, it's a lot of work that's tearing you up, ripping your back out, someone ripping your heart out because they're potentially speaking to someone else, has moved on to someone else. You needed to let go of someone that you've been holding on so that you can move into other emotional opportunities. So some of you might be feeling guilty about something. You might be feeling hurt or stung by someone else leaving you, or feeling dejected, rejected. That energy is there depending on what it is. And sometimes we pick ourselves up because we don't want to look at what the reality is. Someone is not in love with us anymore. Someone doesn't want to communicate. They're not talking. I'm blocking someone, shutting them down, not wanting to deal with it any longer. So we carry that energy around with us throughout the day. We get our job done, we do what we have to do, but then it's like, I have to put things down. I have to let go. I'm on the brink of a divorce, but I'm still in it. I'm still holding on to that relationship. I'm still fixated on what's salvageable, and then trying to figure out whether or not it's worth it though. So that's the energy of the 10 of Wands. It's a lot of stress, and then it's almost like someone, sometimes they know that you say, if they know that you feel a certain way about what has happened, sometimes they might make you feel guilty for it and remind you of it over and over again. And some of you carry that around when you need to really let it go, because you may have apologized for it over and over again. Just depends on what you have gone through, and it's part of your piece of letting it go. Others of you, the card right underneath the 10 of Wands, it says religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. That's an indication of you holding on to your personal beliefs or someone else's beliefs that keeps you restricted from opening up to someone else who is not quite like you, who's not I just had like a muscle spasm or something, like my legs just like kind of jumped. So I feel like that's something that some of you really are going through. That's an important message right there. And be sure that you aren't restricting yourself from great opportunities in love because of what someone else wants for you, or what someone else believes, or what you don't even have a clear understanding about when it comes to someone else's practices or their background, their race, whatever it might be. The family not wanting you to speak to them because of what they do or who they are, that kind of thing. Friends telling you to stay away from a particular person when you don't really know about their history. So things take time for you to uncover what you need to uncover, and part of uncovering it is exploring your emotional opportunities, which is your response to that person. The person that you may have been trying to hook up with is holding on to someone else. You want to be acknowledged. They can't do it because they are focused on something else, a marriage that's still going on that they are trying to divorce themselves from, but is having a hard time doing it. So you being the twin, you could be dealing with someone who's in the same position that you are. So in the meantime, you're forced to let go, maybe explore your options. Some of you are single. You're stating that maybe it's something that you have to do in order to reach a commitment that you actually want. Free up your time, free up your emotions, heal yourself, and then being able to literally maybe move across state. Maybe you want to move out of your town, away from an environment that was very suffocating, whatever it might be. But I feel like a lot of you are trying to figure out your next steps, or what's next when it comes to you and your marriage or relationship. Can you fix it? Can you repair it? Should you? Are you willing to? Is the other person willing to or not? Think about these things and just see how the day goes. But there does seem to be a lot of stress. It doesn't have to be if you try to combat the energies. Now, these are predictions. They are general for you in love, but however you might deal with it, I do send you a lot of love, lots of light, tons of healing vibes to you. I wish you the very best, and you can always get a private or personal reading if that will suit you better. Okay, have a good one.